Good morning, everyone. So, what we have seen last time, we have discussed about what is image, right? What are the image applications, and the different electrospectrum rays are used for what? That what we have discussed. So, can anybody tell me that microwave bands are used for which application? Yes, waiting for your answers. Huh? Then infrared and visible band is used for which application? Can you tell me? Yes, yes. Microwave oven. Yes, correct, correct. But an image processing term where we are using. Yes, Rahul is saying for taking under depth photos of Earth. Okay, fine. And what kind of applications we have discussed yesterday? Applications. Biometric. Yes. Then. Hmm. In industry where we are using this, in industry where we are using image processing, banking, then yesterday only we have discussed so many things and today you forget. We have discussed about that bottles and medical pills and so many things. Anyways, fine. Okay. Taste detection and all fine. Okay, good. Microwave band for main application is this radar that I said many of the times. Please remember this. Visible and infrared, over there only we are using just for industry purpose, right? Astronomy, microscopy, that all the things are there. Remote sensing and everything, right? This is what we have discussed. Anyways, fine. Then we have seen this research area and all, right? Now start with the key stages in digital image processing. Most IMP topic, as we have already discussed this thing, but still. First is your problem domain, right? What is the problem? And then we will find the solution, of course, right? So first is here the problem. So that is your problem domain. Then what we are doing is we are taking the picture. Okay, we are taking the scene. So so this is your scene element. Okay, scene element is this, for what we need to simply capture the picture. Okay, this is your imaging system with the special hardware which will convert the analog to digital, right? So this is what digital image on the plane, right? Output is digitized image, means this one. This what you have digitized, so this is what your digital image, right? source is what? So that is your, you can say, the sunlight, right? And at the night, if you are clicking, that is a flashlight, right? That is what the illumination energy source. So is this thing is clear to you guys or not? First is image acquisition. That is the first step. First, you are clicking the picture. In a very simple term, if I'll say, it is known as image acquisition. Are you getting? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right? So that is our first stage. Okay. Then the second one is what? Image enhancement. I already said that image enhancement means what? You are improving the quality of image, right? So how you are improving the quality? If any of the image is there which is the darker one, right, it is not having sufficient brightness, you are just brightening up this image. Have you seen this? You have just removed this darkness, right? And image is very clear to this, right? So this is what in a simple terms we have done, the image segment, image enhancement. We are just enhancing the brightness, fine, or histogram equalization, and many more terms will come under this. But in a simple term, you can say you are not, your image is not the noisy one, huh? Your image is not having or containing any noise, but your image is somehow dull. So you have just brightened up and your image is this now. So is it fine? See, this all the topics are the single units, huh? So we will see the whole unit one by one. All the key points you can check, they all are the single unit. That is actually your second unit, this image acquisition into your Gonsalves book. But in our syllabus, the first and second units, or you can say the chapters, they are there together in the first one. Okay, so image acquisitions and everything, it will come under this unit only, but that is the second unit into this book. So they all are the separate units. Okay, whatever you will say. Then this third one. So can you see this? Now this is your blurred image. This is what your degraded image which you wish to restore. So this is what your, see here, this is not the noisy image. This is one continuous pattern is there. One of the pattern is there. It is like the checks or something, right? Or maybe it is the blurred one. So you are restoring this, and now this is what your improved image. Can you see this? Okay, all right. So this is what our fifth unit, image degradation and restoration. Then morphological processing. Can you see this morphological processing? Here this sign, what you are seeing is no, this minus and round. Here is the plus and round. That is known as erosion and dilation, right? Erosion and the dilation. Here you can see minus means shrinking and plus means, you can simply remember this as the expansion. Okay, minus means shrinking, less data, plus means more data. You have to remember like this only. That we will see into our seventh unit. Don't worry about it. Because here we have noisy image. Can you see this? White dots, these unwanted dots, they are the noisy image. I want to remove this noise from this image, so I'm doing this. So noise has been removed, but even the quality is decreased. Now again I need to improve it. So again I'm doing something. Then again the discontinuities are there. Have you seen this discontinuities? Right? So again I have done this. So I am having this expansion. And finally I am having this, which is better image than this. You can compare this first one and this last one. So this is what our result after this morphological processing. So are you getting this? Yes. Then segmentation. Segmentation, we have seen this, right? Segmentation. What it is? This is known as a histogram. This image is this graph kind of image that is known as histogram, which we will see into the third unit. Fine. So this is what you are doing, the segmentation. How well you will do the segmentation, object recognition would be much better. So this is what object recognition. That at this many places, object is this. Suppose you are giving one of the object as square. That is iris, versicolor, virginica, and here is this sentosa. So you are giving the colors. For this square, it means this is one object with one color. Here this triangle with another color, and this round circles, that is for another color. So finally we can identify that, okay, we have three objects in this image. Fine. So this is what object recognition and representation and description. Representation means how you are representing your image, and the description, this you are giving for object recognition. Suppose I need to make machine learn that this is known as pen, whether it is from the top view or from the side view or from the bottom view, this is what the pen. So how well I am describing my object, that if the edges are this, if the colors are like this, then this is pen. It is something like this. So how you are representing and how you are describing, then and only then object will be recognized well, right? Okay. Then image compression. Image compression is this. You know already what is image compression. You are doing this thing in your daily routines also. If you are sending the image from one app to another app, it will first reduce the size, right? So that is known as image compression. It will compress the image. Then the color image processing. So you can see here one of the picture is this, which is not much visible with the boundary or with the different parts, right? So what we have done is we have applied the color image processing. So now you can see the boundary is having this blue color, inner area that would be yellow and greenish kind of, then inside it would be of the red color and so on. So if the representation is with the color image, then it would be more visible than this one. Okay. Fine. So now this is what the image is there with our book. So you don't have to draw this image. This is just for understanding, right? Whatever I've drawn. This one is your image, which is there in your book. This is what you need to refer and you have to draw into the exam. Here first is here the problem domain. That's what we know already, right? The problem domain. Just a minute. Was not working. Just a minute. Okay. So yes. So this is what first is your problem domain, and then we are doing image acquisition, means we are taking the image, right? After that, image enhancement. If your image is not the noisy one, you can easily recover it, or you can easily improve the quality via just using what? Here the brightness, right? So that is image enhancement. Then image restoration. If your image is the blur one or it is having a noise, then you can remove the noise and you can restore the image. Then the color image processing. So you know that what is the color image processing, right? We are representing our image into a better way with the color image processing. Then wavelets and multi-resolution processing. What it will do, that I'll let you know here, right? Each and every one by one, but that is not in our syllabus. Then the compression, that is again not in our syllabus, right? For a now, but you can do the image compression also, right? Without losing the quality. So how you can compress it? Then morphological processing. Morphological processing, again we have seen, no, based on the shape, you are doing smoothing and the sharpening into the shape. In segmentation, segmentation means you are differentiating your objects into an image. Then you are doing representation and the description, that if the object shape is something like this, if the color is like this, then it is known as a pen or the pencil or the board or the chalk, anything, whatever object you wish to describe. Right? Based on that, computer will detect, okay, this is what the object is based on your description. So you have to represent and describe your object accordingly, right? And it will do object recognition. So how well you will do this segmentation and this part, your object will be recognized with. And all this thing is connected, you can see here, it is with this knowledge base. So what is this knowledge base? Can anybody tell me? Yes. Yes, anyone? What is knowledge base? Based on your knowledge only, you can describe that which object is this. If your normal understanding is about the pen, pencil and all, but can you tell that if such kind of symptoms are there, or into the image such kind of condition is there, then this is known as a tumor? No, you cannot tell that. So it is totally based on the knowledge base, no? So are you getting what I'm saying is? Yes or no? Based on your knowledge, you can describe. Fine? A simple thing, right? Yes. So, into the astronomical way, or if we are having images from the satellite, if you don't know anything about anything, right? So, how you can describe? A very simple thing, right? So it is based on the knowledge base, that how they are recognizing that it is a new planet or something like this from the image, right? But you cannot say this. So it is totally based on the knowledge. So knowledge base is there in between, that everything is connected with this, right? Say here this one, till this morphological processing, whatever you are giving as an input, that is image, and whatever you are getting output, that is also an image. So they have written output of this processes generally are the images from this to this. But after the segmentation, representation, description and object recognition, it will give you the attribute, not the whole image. So do you remember that first figure? Low, mid and high? Yes or no? Low, mid and high. In low, input is image, output is also image. In mid, input is image, output is attribute. In the third one, high level, input is attribute and output is whatever the computer is understanding. Based on that it will react, right? In our syllabus we are only having image processing and image analysis. We don't have that, the last one, that is computer vision. So I hope you are getting what I'm saying is. Yes or no? No, fine. Okay, fine. So the next is image acquisition. Image acquisition, I mean, we are seeing each and every term again, right? That what is this image acquisition? A small definition kind of thing. Okay. The first is image acquisition. Is a very first stage. Generally, this stage involves pre-processing, such as scaling, right? You can scale up your image, right? That thing you are doing at the first stage, that is image acquisition. Then second is the image enhancement. Enhancement is the process of manipulating an image so that the result is more suitable than the original one for a specific application, right? So these techniques are the problem oriented, means subjective. It is not objective. It is purely based on your subject, where you are interested, in what you are interested. If you want, this is here for this photo, the brightness should be much high, then you can set accordingly. If it is low, then it is accordingly. If any of the image, you can say this is the correct one and this is the good one. But I can say that no, this is not the good image. Don't put it in your DP. Right? So it is something like what? It is subjective. It will vary person to person. Right? So that is known as image enhancement. Then image restoration. Restoration is an area that will deal with improving the appearance of an image. Objective and based on mathematical or the probabilistic models of the image degradation. And this is objective. This is not the subjective, right? So if the image is blurred, yes, it is blurred. Okay, this is the objective. That is our objective goal, that yes, I need to improve this compulsory. Okay, and it is based on the mathematical models. That is why very first topic was there is noise models, right? So directly the formulas are given even into the book. Okay, so I hope you are very good in maths, so you can understand what this formula means, right? We are directly having the formulas and we have to accept it. Okay. Then the color image processing. The color image processing is gaining importance due to increase in the use of digital images over the internet. Then wavelets. Wavelets, that's what I said, no? Wavelets and multi-resolution processing. What this means? This is the foundation for representing image in various degree of solution in which the images are subdivided into the smaller regions. Okay, your single image is divided into the smaller regions and then you are solving the problem. Then the compression. This compression deals with the technique for reducing the storage required to save an image. JPG file extension is used over the internet generally, right? Then morphological processing. Morphological processing, it will deal with the tools for extracting image components that are useful in representation and description of the shape, and rest of the things we are making it as a black or the white image, because we are not interested into that. From the image you are choosing where you are interested, right? That is why morphological is even into the output of these processes are generally images, and as well as it is there into these attributes also. So it is depends. Okay, morphological processing is depends. It can even give you the whole image back, or you can choose attributes. Okay. So that is what the morphological processing. Then segmentation. Segmentation means here the partition an image into its constituent parts or the objects. In general, the more accurate the segmentation, the more likely recognition is to be succeed. Representation and description. It's almost always follows the output of the segmentation stage. After segmentation, always it will come the representation and description. And based on that, what is the representation and what is this description? That also called feature selection, which will extract the attributes and the result in some quantitative information. That if the shape is like this, if the color is like this, then object should be like this. Based on your this quantitative information, recognition will be done. So recognition is the process that assigns a label to an object based its descriptor, based on the descriptor, whatever the description you have given. If you are saying if the shape is something like this, then it is known as kite, so it will recognize it as a kite, right? Whatever you are describing, that is what the recognition. Okay, so any doubt in this? The last one is the knowledge base. Knowledge about the problem domain is coded in image processing system in form of knowledge database. Whatever is your problem domain, your domain is about the satellite, your domain is about the medical science, your domain is about whatever the other areas, right? It will be there in this knowledge database. So knowledge base can be a simpler or it could be the complex one. It totally depends. Knowledge base also controls the interaction between the modules, right? How they are interacting. So I hope the key stages are very clear to you guys, yes or no? Everyone, any doubt in this, then please ask me. Because see, if many of the terms you don't even understand, then also they are the separate units, right? So we will see one by one everything, but this is what the overview I can give you for now. Okay, fine, very nice. Okay, fine. So the next topic what we can cover is the components of image processing system. What could be the components? What it could be which is related to your image processing and what is required, right? So here directly you can see the figure. I mean, very basic thing. You can even understand without any kind of explanation. This is what the network, right? Over there you are sending your data. This is what the image sensor. Very first, whatever is your problem domain, you are clicking the image, that will go to this image sensors, right? Then this is what specialized image processing hardware. What it will do? It will do the digitization of your image, right? Because your image should be converted into digital from the analog one. Then if you want to take the hard copy, you can take image processing software, that also you can have, right? And you can enhance that image and all. Then here is the computer. In the computer you are having the mass storage where you are storing your data. So this is what actually explained, I mean, few years ago. Nowadays you can even understand the cloud and all, right? But here we can understand we are having a mass storage for storing our images, right? Then image displays, where it is displayed instead of when it is a monitor or something like that, where it is displayed. So this many components are associated with this process, right, of image processing. So a very basic thing, I mean, no need to explain even. Figure shows this basic components of comprising a typical general purpose system used for digital image processing. First is a sensing. Two elements are required to acquire the digital image. One is your physical device. It is sensitive to the energy radiated by the object we wish to image. We wish to click, right? That is known as object. Okay? And digitizer. It is a device for converting output of this physical sensing device into the digital form. So we need the physical device as well as we need digitizer, which will convert in your image into the digital form. Very easy. The name itself says digitizer, convert into digital. Okay. Then specialized image processing hardware. It is like the ALU. It consists digitizer plus hardware. So nowadays all the device you can say as the digitizers. Yes or no? Your any of the camera, right, which will directly convert your image into the digital image, and you can directly take that image into the pen drive, or you can send directly over the internet. Yes or no? Right? Then any other devices where you can click and it will directly give you the output. Hello. It will even directly print. Do you remember that? Before 10 years, maybe we were having that also, that a camera which will simply click the picture, and at the same time we could be having that small hard copy. So do you remember that? Right? Yeah, it's Polaroid. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Then nowadays the Raspberry Pi and all, right? If I am having that computer itself attached, right? And whenever I am clicking the scene, okay, at the time, at the run time, and it will show me that this is what the object is. It will directly do the recognition. That was the project of last year. One of the student have done this, right? Through this Raspberry Pi directly, it is actually processing, right? And it was they have used the Python, right? One of the libraries there they have directly used it. Simple. So image segmentation as well as object recognition was there, right? They were on the beach, and if the kite is flying over there, they will simply take the image and it will directly show that kite. The labeling will be there. All the objects, whatever is there, the person, kite, and the other objects, and whatever the objects were there surrounded, it was recognized. So it is something like this. Are you getting? Right? So, so this is the specialized image processing hardware which is attached there. It consists of digitizer plus hardware ALU, which will perform the operation into the parallel to entire image. This type of hardware also called as front-end subsystems, and the characteristics is what? Speed, obviously. Computer, it's a normal computer to, you can say, the supercomputer. Computer is an image processing, computer is a part. It is in image processing and can range from PC to supercomputer. Almost any well-equipped PC type machine is suitable for offline image processing tasks. You can edit and so on, right? You could be having a specialized softwares for that. Software for the image processing consists of a specialized module that perform a specific task. A well-defined package also includes the capability for user to write the code as minimum. Right? You don't have to code much; it will do automatically everything, just like the Python, because it is having such kind of libraries. Right? So we don't have to code much. Everything is available. We just need to include it into our code. Mass storage capabilities. The most image processing application, an image of say suppose 1024 cross 1024 pixel, right? With the intensity of each pixel is 8-bit quantity, 8-bit. So your any of the intensity can be represented into 8-bit. It requires 1 MB storage space if the image is not compressed. So to store the millions of image is a very challenging task. But nowadays we are having cloud, we are having all this stuff, so we can store our data on cloud, right? So we don't require much storage like the pen drives and the hard disk and all, right, nowadays. But if we will talk about before 5 years or the 10 years, then you can imagine how it was challenging to store a single image. So three categories for digital storage. One is the short-term storage for the use during the processing, right? So you can say it is a kind of computer memory, right? It is a RAM, which is used only at the time of processing. Second one is online storage for relatively fast recall. So it is, you can say, the magnetic disk or the optical media storage. And the third, it's archival storage for infrequent access. We want that data, but we are not frequently using it. So we can store it into the magnetic tape or the optical disk, right? Because we are not, into the requirement of that data frequently, right? So that's what you can say your hard disk, external hard disk, where you are storing some of the data which you don't use onto the daily basis, but you will store into your hard disk, into your computer's hard disk, whatever the data which you want frequently, right? Image displays, they are generally the TV monitors or driven by any graphics display card that are even integral part of the computer system. It's sometimes necessary to have a stereo display. You know now that to watch the 3D movies, a special kind of devices are required, right? So that specs, goggles, that what we are using for the watch 3D movies. So they are the stereo displays, right? Then the hard copy devices for recording the images, including the laser printers, film camera, heat sensitive devices, inkjet units, digital units like CD, right? Anything. But this is the older book, right? So it could be having that inkjet units and so. Right? Networking. You all know what is networking, right? It's used for the large amount of data transmission, and key consideration is bandwidth for that transmission. For the dedicated networks, it is not a problem, but the communication with the remote sites, that are not always as efficient, because we will be having very less here this bandwidth, right? So the transmission would delay, you can say, the large amount of data transmission. So I hope that's enough for today, or we can continue. Yes, enough. Okay. What about the others? Fine. So I hope you don't have any doubts in this. Then we can start directly with this image sensing and this acquisition and all. This we will see in detail. Okay? What is sampling and what is this quantization and all. We'll see in detail. we'll do, still we have 15 minutes. Because see, it is just pure theory, right? And very easy to understand. So what I'll speak for 1 hour. So you would even have to be so interactive, right? Yes. Okay, fine. So just write down these topics, right? Just this one. Please draw this at least. If it would be the physical classes, you have to draw this. Please draw this figure. At least you will remember the names of this if you will write it. Have you written this? Everyone? Yes or no? Yes, okay. Oh, 71 students. Okay, okay, fine, fine, fine. Good. Okay. Fine. So you can write your enrollment numbers in sequence. Number 1, Nancy. Then 2, Rahul, and so on.